Good morning, Manna Church. Ben Goodman here with part 2 of this week's series entitled Raising Our Game God's Way. We're going to dig into 2 Chronicles 7:14, one of God's foundational and most famous best practices. It outlines how, from God's perspective, we can best respond to our land being challenged and influenced by the kingdom of darkness. If my people, who are called by my name, will humble themselves and pray and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways, then I will hear from heaven, and I will forgive their sin, and I will heal their land. Today, let's look at the first 2 parts of this scripture. If my people who are called by my name, who's God referring to? He's talking about Christians. He's talking about believers. This scripture is for every Christ follower, wherever they are in their journey with Jesus. Whether you're a new or seasoned believer, whether you're a rookie or a veteran in the faith, you are unconditionally loved by Jesus and you are part of His family. This portion of Scripture is for you. This portion of Scripture is for each of us. And if my people who are called by name will humble themselves, this is the second one. What's involved in humbling ourselves? Let me start with a quick story. A few weeks ago, while reading the book of Ephesians, I had an aha moment. It just occurred to me that the New Testament was written in times and in circumstances that were very dark, actively hostile to Jesus and His followers. While I had that aha moment, what came out of my mouth was this: Lord, you gave us the playbook. You gave us the playbook on how to live, especially when our land is hostile, evil, confusing, and overwhelming. Here's where humility comes in. Humility involves holding your opinions, your ideas, your feelings, your experiences, even your rights lightly. You don't throw them away. But if they conflict with the clear teaching of Scripture, choose to yield. Yield to what's in the playbook. The playbook will tell us to pray for, not attack our enemies. It will tell us to bless and not curse those who mistreat us. It will tell us to forgive instead of being offended and giving full vent to our anger and frustration. The playbook will tell us to be led by the Lord instead of being swept up by the crowd. Humbling ourselves means choosing to yield to God's ways when our ways conflict with His. God Himself wrote the playbook. He wrote the Bible. God is way smarter than we are, and He's always right. That is humbling. But humility pays great dividends. See you tomorrow.